and welcome to Puzzle Talk. The Puzzle Talk is the puzzle podcast hosted by the Geocache Talk Network. I am Pathfinder 33. That is Mr. Tom Brotherman, Electric Water Boy.
Howdy.
And we've got a slew of hosts to bring in real quick, so let's bring them in because we've got some news to do real quick. Bam. All right. So if you are unaware, these are the hosts of Cashfest, and we are here for a huge announcement. This is the location for next year's Cashfest, and so we're going to pop this up and see if people in the chat room can guess, based off of this image, where Cashfest is going to be in 2026. In that, we've got Chad Bounce from our Gadget Talk podcast. We have Ryan Simmels123 from somewhere in nowhere, Kansas. And he just left. D is eating her banana pudding. And we have Stephanie Little Miss Sunshine checking in from the Seattle area. So here we go. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. And it looks like we have a bunch of guesses already. Oh, Ryan that wants to come back. Hi, Ryan from the middle of nowhere, Kansas.
That would explain why I disappeared.
So it looks like we've got a bunch of correct guesses in the chat room. Let's see. And it looks like Brad is the first one that came in with a correct answer. So we'll remove this, and there it is. D, Chad, Stephanie, somebody want to talk about this and what we got going on for next year's Cashfest?
Absolutely. So yes, we are going to the great town of Savannah, Georgia. We are so excited. We love the area. All things Southern, all things Paula Deen and chocolate and beaches and all of the good stuff. My banana pudding will be better. It's in a container here from dinner. I am going to go home and eat that. But yes, so Savannah, Georgia, home of the Savannah Bananas. Home of all kinds of things. But yes, it will be, mark your calendars for July 11th, 2026. We will descend upon Savannah, Georgia for all of the goodness that is Cashfest. And we're super excited to bring in all of the different academies and all of the fun things that are going to happen. Of course, we are going to Hawaii here next week, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But we hope everybody will mark July 11th, 2026 on their calendars and join us in Savannah, Georgia. I know the team is super excited. We have looked at a bunch of different cities, but Savannah kind of has a piece of my heart, so I'm super excited to go there. What are y'all, the rest of y'all team's thoughts on this?
I'm excited. I've never been to Savannah, but I hear it's a beautiful place to go and fun, so I'm really excited. Lots of opportunities for good side events.
Yes.
Yeah.
There. So I'm excited.
But yeah, so we're excited to go to Savannah, Georgia, and so mark your calendars, and we'll be releasing stuff once we get through with Cashfest Hawaii. I know most of the team is heading out there in a couple of days to get things set up and to enjoy a little bit of Hawaii before we start having events. But yeah, mark your calendars. We hope to see everybody there. We'll release hotel information in about 2 months, and we'll take it from there. But please mark your calendars and join us July 11th, 2026. Savannah, Georgia.
Woohoo!
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye because I got banana pudding to eat. So those of you that are going to Hawaii, I will see you in Hawaii. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on another podcast. And I hope you guys have fun and learn lots of stuff because these two guys are definitely smarter than I am when it comes to puzzles.
You could save that banana pudding and bring it on the plane. I'll eat it for you.
It'll be gone before the night's over with. Sorry, Tom. All right. Bye, y'all. Have a great night.
All right. Bye. All right. I think we're all good to go. We just wanted to make the announcement. We appreciate you guys letting us on to announce Cashfest next year, and we're all super excited.
All right. Well,
All
there
right.
you have it. Thanks for jumping on short notice and whatnot. We're glad it could all come together. We will see y'all here in a couple of days in Hawaii, and then start the plans for Savannah, Georgia next year.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
Have a good podcast.
Thank you. Bye.
Woohoo.
All right. Well, there you have it. Savannah, Georgia, July 11th. That is the weekend after July 4th. So if you're looking at calendars and whatnot for next year, that's the weekend after July 4th. And it's a good opportunity to, I know exactly what I'll be doing that week, because I have roughly half of the Georgia counties done. So yeah, I'll finish Georgia next year at the mega event. Okay, so that being said, we're going to jump into the rest of our news. We're going to buzz through that real quick because we have a slew of geocaches to go over, and we want to make sure that if you are coming out to Hawaii, that you have the maximum amount of time to grab some puzzles, and we want to get through some of these. We've got one from, I believe, every island in the chain. So if you're going to be island hopping, no worries. We got you covered. We've got, I believe, one geocache for every island except maybe, I think there's one we're missing. Maybe.
Is it that
Let's see.
leopard colony?
Oahu, Hawaii, Maui. I've got Maui County, and I believe that puzzle that I have listed is for the island of Maui. It's not for the island of Molokai. And the island of Molokai has all of like 4 puzzle caches on it, and I believe 3 of them are challenge caches. There is, I believe, only one puzzle cache that's a legit puzzle on Molokai Island. And I may be able to pull that up while we're talking just to look at it. I haven't solved it yet. Cache Odyssey. Cache Odyssey is now over 3,000 favorite points earned across the 50 caches. There is a brand new one for Hawaii. So if you still are watching the old one, if you still have the old one that was disabled on your bookmark list, toss it away. It is gone. We have a new one on Hawaii. It is still on the Big Island. It has moved closer to the airport in Kona, but please look at that if you are planning on stopping at the Big Island. That being said, we have one cacher that has found 49 of the 50 Cache Odyssey caches, and that is Poanne. She is a prolific cacher that has been out. She is the CO for the Georgia Cache Odyssey, and she has been out buzzing around. And she completed Idaho, I believe, earlier today, which was state number 49 for her. 50 will be in Hawaii in a couple of days as she's headed out to the mega event there. But Cashfest Hawaii, July 9th through the 13th. So if you're going to be there, we'd love to have you. Remember that my mankinis are not child friendly. So if you see me at the beach, I'm just saying.
Cover your eyes.
Let's see. There are new treasures that are that came out on June 10th. Have you found them all? Tom, have you been out caching?
I've got a couple of them, but no, I have not finished them all.
I finished them all. And probably because I went to a community celebration event in northern Idaho hosted by Mountain Bike earlier, or right at the end of this last month. And so went up there for a community celebration event. He published 25 brand new challenge caches while we were all there. I got the oldest traditional and the oldest multi-cache in the state of Idaho on that trip. Lots of great caching in way north Idaho. So if you ever get a chance to go up there and see GC25, which is Camel Prairie Stash, the oldest virtual cache in Idaho and the oldest multi-cache in the state, are right there, in the same area. So make sure you look those up while you're there, because there's a challenge cache to find 5 of the oldest whatever cache types in the state. So it's worth the side adventure to go look at those. The multi-cache is super easy also. So new treasures, and right on the cusp of this, there are new treasures that are coming out here later this month. So the July ones have the release date has been announced, but I don't have it right here in front of me. So plan on plenty of treasures. They seem to be kind of, if you are in an event heavy area, you should have no problem. If you're coming to Cashfest, you should have no problems grabbing some of those. And then the GIF events. The GIF event is back. The theme for this year's GIF is TFTC, thanks for the community. So that's the theme that they are running with this year. If you are going to be one of those adventurous video makers that wants to be in the running for the GIF reel, you have till August 1st to submit your film, and there's some other criteria. It's like less than 3.5 minutes and this and whatnot. There are all kinds of rules, terms, conditions, all of that stuff applies. Go to geocachingfilmfestival.com for all of the information there. All right. That being said, it is time to hop into these. I decided to pick, I've got 4 of the 5 counties. So I've got Oahu, Kauai, the island of Hawaii, also known as the Big Island, and a cache on Maui. Tom has 5 on Oahu and 2 on the Big Island. So we've got you covered for most of them, and we'll pull up that one that is on Molokai and look at it because I haven't solved it yet. But let's jump into this. The first one that we're going to look at is also one hidden by a Cache Odyssey cache hider, but it's not the cache. He's nowhere near this island. So how in the world Captain Math got a puzzle on Oahu is beyond me. But he's got somebody there that maintains it for him. And so in this, there is, you're missing some letters. And this cache is called Where's Lucy? It is a super fun puzzle that I did. Thanksgiving of 23, me and my wife went and spent Thanksgiving of 23 on the Big Island. And while we were there, I was just solving puzzles all throughout the Hawaiian island chain. But this is one of them. There are words in here that are missing letters and have numbers associated with them. And so as you go through this, you've got to find the missing letters. This is a song by the Beatles, if that helps you any. So you can go through and do that. But once you fill in all the missing letters, you then have to put them in numerical order from 1 to 26. And 1 through 26 gets you something that looks like that. Because I went and dug up my notes from all of this, and luckily still have this pad of sticky notes that's full of miscellaneous jottings down. But you fill in all of those, and they give you the last 3 digits in the north and the last 3 digits in the west. It's a super fun puzzle. There's not much to it. And if you can find the song lyrics by the Beatles for this, then it makes it that much easier, right? So, because I kind of started and I was like, well, this has got to be something. So I just typed in like the first 2 lines into a Google search, and then it came up with the lyrics. You then associate. So like, obviously, we'll just take a look at this. The first line is, the word is, picture yourself in a boat on a river. So number 22 is a U, and number 3 is a V. So then you have to number 1 through 26 on a piece of paper, and then beside each number, you write a letter to that corresponding number. So down at line 22, you would write a U, and on line number 3, you would write a V. And as you go through all of these, it spells, and you read it from top to bottom, it spells a set of numbers. So
cool puzzle.
So the numbers are all spelled out. It's a cool puzzle. Captain Math somehow got this all soireed around and has it published there in Hawaii. Yeah, so on Oahu. So we'll do this. I guess I could have done this for all of our people in the chat room to follow along, and I apologize for missing that. And for our audio listeners, this is GC9 FQFV. And this is a puzzle called Where's Lucy? It is by Captain Math, and it is on Oahu, down near an old volcano. So, yeah. Okay, so moving right along, since I'm flying to Kauai, we are doing this is a puzzle called Directionally Challenged. Directionally Challenged is just a cool little puzzle. It's GC99YDW, and it just tells you that it gives you a set of questions to answer. So which side of the island is this town, and which side of the island is this town, and which side of the island is this river on, and then the hard one, which really wasn't that hard. Probably when the puzzle was published, it was a little harder to find. The town that Lilo and Stitch is based on has really embraced that, and information on the town there on Kauai has been actually extremely easy to find information on, and things that are going on in that little town, which is funny because the gohawaii.com link that is mentioned in the cache page, I couldn't find anything about this on their website. And so the cache page is is a few years old, but the puzzle still works. And the reason that you need this information is just like the old Contra cheat code for Nintendo. Tom, do you know what the Contra cheat code is?
Up, down, left, right, A, B.
Up, down, right. Up, down, left, right. B, A, select, start. Right? And that gave you infinite lives in Contra on the old school Nintendo. What they've done for this is they've got one of those master locks that has the up, down, left, right directional arrows that you have to use to open the cache. So once you get all of this stuff solved and you know where to go, you still have a lock to open. And so it's a cool little field puzzle with a interactive lock that you have to put these 6 directions in. So north would be up, south would be down.
You just need 4 at best. Up, down, with the 16-pound sledge.
Well, yes. Well, and it's funny because I hobby in the side in lock picking, and I've got a couple of lock pick sets, and I tinker with it at work, and I show some of my work colleagues that work for the federal government with me just how insecure the locks that they put on stuff that they think is just great. And I show them how quickly these locks can be bypassed and whatnot. And believe it or not, this is one of the locks that you can't shim it. You can't, the only way to really bypass it is to flip it over and take the screws out that take the front plate off of the lock and whatnot. So at that point, it's just easier just to figure out the information and go from there. So it is a cool field puzzle with a directional lock. And so answer these 6 questions. You have to put those 6 directions into the lock and then pull on it, opens the lock. It does say not to leave travel bugs at this location because it's been looted a few times. So hey, a good on the CO for putting that out there, but it is still an active puzzle, and it's not far from the airport on Kauai if you are headed that way. All right, so this is my puzzle. Let's see. Let's do this. This is the next puzzle we're going to look at for me is one that is on Hawaii. There it is in the chat room for everyone. This one is called Starstruck 2. And it is probably if you are going to stop at the Big Island and you only have time for 2 geocaches, the Cache Odyssey that's on the Big Island and another geocache, this one would be it. But I would question your vacation planning if you only have time for 2 geocaches while you're on the Big Island. The Big Island is home to the most active volcano in the world. It is home to the only 3 webcam caches on the Hawaiian island chain. They're all on the Big Island. One in Hilo, one on Kona, one at the top of Mauna Kea. And if you are at the Big Island and you miss those 3, like I would question, I would have questions.
Well, go ahead, have questions, because I'm going, and the group we're with, we're only getting 2 of the webcams because we can't get to the one up.
You do have to, you do have to plan the one at Mauna Kea. You do have like an hour to sit at the visitor center and acclimate. You do have to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle. You do have to this and this. And so there are a couple of things. They also check you on the way back down. They temp your brakes. And if your brakes are too hot, they make you sit and wait for your brakes to cool down. Because there have been a number of vehicles that have caught on fire coming down from Mauna Kea. So, but you're getting 2 out of the 3. That's a win, man.
And this cache is on the list. So I was questioning whether we would get this or not because it was 15 to 20 minutes and I've got some other solves. So I don't know. Does it really take 15 to 20 minutes?
It really does. But I will tell you that it really does. But it has 319 favorite points, and it's one of the very few large containers on the island. So I will tell you that, and it's at the posted coordinates, right? So you get there, and it's all field puzzle. It's all field puzzle, but it's worth the stop. It's worth the stop. I would sit there and tell the other people that, hey, this one it's a field puzzle. Look at the photos in the photo gallery, but it's worth the stop in my opinion. This was probably one of my favorite, more traditional style. It is an ammo can, but there are multiple pieces to this field puzzle to get it open. I highly, highly encourage you to do this one. There's room for tons of trackables, super secure. There's a lock on the outside. They give you the combination for it. Once you get it open, there's a host of things to do, but this is a field puzzle. This isn't really so much of a puzzle cache that you can solve. So when you open the container, there's an ammo can. You can see this stick right here and these little pieces. So you put the PVC pipe into a stand that stands it vertically, and then you got to put the discs on it so that they align the right way, and then you got to turn them so that you can get the combination. This is once you solve that, there is a cryptix that you have to then put in the correct number sequence. These are pictures. This is my thumb right here. So this is a picture that I uploaded. Once you get the correct numbers, there's a cryptix that you have to open. Once you open the cryptix, it gives you this key. This key opens the lock on the ammo can. And then once you open the ammo can, there's all these goodies down inside it, but it is a fun stop. If you've got the time, if you're smart and you know what you're doing, it can take you 10 minutes. If you fumble through some of it, or if you're by yourself and want to take your time, 15 to 20 minutes, probably not an issue. This is what the container looks like out in the parking lot. So it's a big giant wooden box. When you open let's see, so once you open the box, there's the cryptix, here's the tube stand, here's the tube combination thing, and then there's your ammo can that you have to open. So you can fold the lid back, get all of the stuff out of the box, close the lid, and work on top of the box, and then put everything back in the box. This is a phenomenal puzzle cache if you have the time to go there for it. Ironically, almost all of the puzzle caches that I got on the Big Island were some type of field puzzle, including this one. This one I highly encourage and whatnot. But for whatever reason, if you don't have time, and let me tell you, 320, 319, 320 favorite points, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. So if you've got time, go see Starstruck 2. It is GC4X3ZF. Phenomenal cache. Believe it or not, the first one went missing. Like the entire thing just disappeared. And so this is round 2 of it. Really a great cache. I also had a couple of honorable mentions, but one of my honorable mentions is a Stickman from Tom's list, so we're going to skip over that one. But this is my honorable mention for the Big Island as well. This is GC3E9QK. This is another field puzzle that is there on the Big Island. And what this is you've got to read this QR code, which is not hard, right? But once you read the QR code, it will give you the combination to one of the old school post office boxes that has the little twirly combination on it that has letters instead of numbers, right? And it is box number 11, right? Box number 11. But if you look at the photo gallery from this, It's, there we go. It's one of these, right? And you got to put the combination in correctly and then turn the dial, and then the dial will open all the way. The box will open, and then you get that. So that the logbook is inside the inside box number 11. There's room for a couple of trackables in there. Yeah, that's my Hawaii trip right there, and the mailbox, and that's me with it in my hand. So it can be solved. It is a fun little field puzzle, and is not far from Kona. So if you are going to be in Kona and around, it's got a stack of favorite points as well. It's a fun little field puzzle, and I know some people may question this, and so I'll answer it. Hawaii is part of the United States. You get to use your cell phone there. There is no roaming. Well, I'm not going to say there's no roaming. There's no like international fees to talk on your phone or use your cell phone while you're in Hawaii. The same as if you're in Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands. You can use your phone just like you're on mainland U.S., right? So use all of your apps, use all of the information that you have. But box number 11, you can see the GC code right in there. So, it was a great caching experience, and I think I even did a video this that's on my YouTube channel. So, if y'all want to go over and check that out, it's there. And then we'll jump off of the Big Island and head back towards Oahu, but we're going to take a pit stop in Maui. So this one is GC1 in HEK. This one is a legit puzzle. And what they do is the original posted coordinates for the geocache are put you off in the ocean. But you take those coordinates and you convert them to where the OHD would put you, right? So for those who we look at maps in WGS 84, right? So WGS 84 is the datum that we currently are using. That is there is a NAD 27 and a NAD 23. And in Hawaii, they have the old Hawaii datum, the OHD. So you have to take the posted coordinates for this cache and then convert them. You don't change anything. You just change the datum, right? And so you've got to find the correct converter. Because I went through, I'm worth about 7 of the red X's over here because I was using a converter that didn't work really well. And once I found the right converter, then the coordinates that I came up with got me within 10 meters of where said geocache is at. And so this geocache should be readily available and easy to find. It does put you off here in the ocean. And then we'll collapse that down. It does put you off in the ocean, but if you take these coordinates and put them in, it'll move you somewhere along this main road off by the beach. So it puts you somewhere on that main road. And then this is on Maui. So this is on Maui. And then here is Molokai. Molokai has a couple, but This is a challenge cache. This is a challenge cache. And then if you come right up here underneath common sense, you got to zoom way in, is called a puzzle called the Frog Prince. And this puzzle called the Frog Prince is literally the only legit puzzle on the island, but I haven't solved it yet. So it's got to do with some like the old Brothers Grimm fairy tales and whatnot. But you've got to take these fairy tales and then convert them to numbers, minus the 00 that's here. And then you get put that into certitude, and it will tell you whether you're right or wrong. But I haven't spent enough time looking at this one yet. But for those who want to, we will. This is the one that is a legit puzzle that is on Molokai. It is in Maui County, but it's on Molokai. So if you're flying over there to get all 5 counties and you need to go to Molokai to get the is it Molokai County? Where the leper colony was, then this would be a good puzzle to get while you're there. But since I haven't solved it and I don't exactly know how to solve it, I didn't want to. It's their honorable mention. So there's the Frog Prince that's over there. But the old Hawaii datum, the old Hawaiian, you can solve it. There is a way to do it. Take those posted coordinates that they give you, you've got to convert them. And once you get it converted, then it's pretty straightforward. But it tells you it's on the ground, under a bush, covered with empty coconuts. So I don't think we're flying into Maui this trip. But I've got this one saved for the next trip to Hawaii. Maybe we'll stop off and spend time in Maui and be able to get it. So those are the puzzles that cover 4 of the 5 counties and all of the island chain in the Hawaiian Islands for me. Now we're going to jump over to Tom's puzzles.
I'm still trying to solve the one where it was just convert stuff.
What? The one by Captain Math?
No, old Hawaiian.
Oh, let me tell you, you've got to have the right converter, because I went through about 7 of them before I found one that actually worked. So just throw that out there.
Yeah.
It can be solved, but
I'm gonna catch you after the show, maybe.
Okay. All right. So Tom's first puzzle is on Oahu.
I just did the 2 islands where I'm going to, so I don't get to go to all of them. So there is his first one. This is GC1 JKQ0. It is called Plague. So talk to us about it. What did I have to do on this one? Oh, there's a code down at the bottom. If you keep scrolling under that picture, keep going a little more. Right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this code right here.
Yeah. And you plug that into a cipher solver. And
yeah, like the one on Cache Sleuth. Will Cache Sleuth do it?
I don't know if I used Cache Sleuth. I think I did. On this one.
I'll tell you, super excited. I've been talking to.
And he's changed it up too.
He has. He's been doing some changes and some updates. And once he's done with it, I talked to Jason and we're gonna invite him to come on to the show and talk about the new updates that have been happening to the Cache Sleuth website. you should be able to copy this and just put it into his multi-solver, and it should filter it through all of the ciphers that he has on his webpage and should come out with a correct number.
I think his did this one because this is a pretty simple cipher. Well, I can't say simple, it's common. It's got a key to it, but it's easy to figure. That key is easy to figure out if you want to go that route. This was not a difficult puzzle to solve.
Okay.
But it was a cipher, and I like ciphers, so this is one of I would kind of like to get while I'm down there. What's the next one?
Waikiki's easiest puzzle. This is GC 8N427. There it is for the chat room. Judy, I responded to you, so look in the chat room for the GC code for the frog prints. So this is Waikiki's easiest puzzle. It is a premium member, but it is a difficulty 4, terrain 1.5. It is a micro with 13 favorite points. It says over the rainbow, and then it has, I'm assuming, what are lyrics to a song.
Yeah.
So far behind me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
The picture I'm trying to load just does not want to load. See if you can load the keep going down. Where's that in the gallery? I can't remember if it was that spoiler pick or if it's one in the gallery.
Look close. Do you see the coordinates? Yes, it is there. So it says text, and then there's there's text right down here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
So is that,
called it.
Oh, well, there you go.
And this isn't too terribly far from our hotel.
Well, hot diggity. Maybe I'll take a break between calendar shoots and go find a couple of geocaches.
And helping people in the lobby solve puzzles.
So, Lord, you know that's going to be...
Speaking of which, do you have yours done?
What? No, I've got a 4-day weekend this weekend.
Oh, man.
I know.
Look,
I need that stress of a looming deadline. So we'll see. So and that one's done by Cashly. So Cashly has all kinds of caches hosted all up and down the Waikiki area there. Bunch of challenge caches, bunch of so if you're in the area, Cashly caches should be at the top of the list. The Cache Across America Hawaii is on Oahu, as is the County Challenge. So if you're going to be spending some time on Oahu, though, I don't like that Hawaii's County Challenge is a magnetic key holder in a Walmart parking lot underneath a lamp skirt. I think that's a cheap way out, and shame on whoever the cache owner is for that. That's my personal opinion. All right. So the next cache,
in a coconut or a pineapple
right?
or something.
I mean, so many options, and you chose a lamp skirt in a Walmart parking lot. Oh, well. Come on, man! It's Hawaii. Give me something.
Okay, we'll give you something here.
We'll give you something on this one. That's right. So this one is called The View. It is GC614A0. I can't believe this only has one favorite point.
Because they can't get past the picture to go find the cache.
I guess so. So this guy was in Hawaii walking around taking photos. This view is not of the cache location. It's much better than the view at actual ground zero, but solve the below and you should have a view of the cache. So this is the view that you're looking at, and somewhere, somebody took this picture.
Okay.
It wasn't me. But Tom, have you met this girl?
I'd like to meta that girl. Yes, I'd like to say I meta that girl.
I'm sure there's. I'm sure that the metadata in this. So yeah, if you download and save, you can. I can't believe the 116 wrong faces when there's something. Is there a trick to it once you get the metadata open for the photo? No? All right. Well, it happens every now and then. People put the wrong answers in, or they fat finger something,
or they start with the posted coordinates because they don't know anything else to do.
That's not always wrong.
And that's not always wrong.
And he doesn't say that. He does say that this view is not of the cache location, but he doesn't say that the posted coordinates are not. Although I don't. Let's see where. Oh, well, the posted coordinates are not out in the ocean, so that. But it does have. But 2 DNFs in a row. But they're from December. But you would hope that with almost 54,000 finds and just over 53,000 finds now, back 6 months ago, 7 months ago, they may not have had 54,000 finds, but you'd hope that they'd be able to spot it if they were at the right place. But let's see.
And I think this one's
it's a 2.5.
It's a little longer walk from the hotel, or it's a scooter ride or a bus ride away.
Okay, well, we may venture out between pina coladas, and and see what we can't find. Let's see. You got 2 more on Oahu. This one, Tom has marked in the show notes as being fun. So we'll post the GC code for everyone in the chat room. Guy. And then this is going to be an old one. GC1 Z4F is called Tim 302. It is a difficulty 2 terrain 1, 4 favorite points for a micro, hidden in 2008. There is a related web page link.
You know what? I don't even remember if I looked at that.
Oh, okay. The cache is not at the above coordinates. The parking lot kiosk closest to the cache is currently unmanned during the day, which means it's a nice park and grab at a historical building on campus. So you at least know that you are going to be on the university campus.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that's Blackjack. And old enough to fight is old enough to vote. That's going to be the coming of age number. I would assume that's 18. This is one of those magic eye things.
So just do this.
That you kind of have to
squint and hold your eye, right?
Yeah, you got to. And it's a 3-digit number. All right. That's easy enough. And then you have We Are the Champions, number 1. You've got a high.
Hold on. Go back to that number 1. Are you sure that's what it is?
No. It could be sign language for whatever that is.
It could be just go look up.
Look up?
Look up.
Oh, it could be Blackjack again?
Yeah.
It could
look
be.
At the coordinates.
I haven't looked at those yet. There's this Heinz steak sauce that's got a special number that's blurred out. They've got these San Francisco football team. They also have a number associated with them, and there's a analog clock face here that says that it's 14:30. Dun, 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 dun. And wow, look at that. 158 woohoos and 147 dotes. But it is magnetic. So let's see. Coordinates are north 21, 17, 999, and then 157, 48, 999. Well, they like that 999. But somewhere this puts you on the university campus there in Hawaii. That's probably where that girl from the last puzzle cache was at.
Could be.
Could be. And then I can't believe that you pulled one of these. For as much as you and I both have said that we hate these kind of puzzles, you still picked 100-piece.
I don't mind if they're like 200 pieces or less. I just don't want a billion of them in one place. But if you give me a 500-piece one, I ain't doing it.
All right.
Well, this one is really bored.
Yeah, this is GC9FQ39. This is called Mahalo, Hawaii. And it is a Diamond Head Lighthouse Jiggity Puzzle. And the hint is on a post. So I wonder if it's a lamp post or what. This isn't, well, depending on where the final is, this isn't far from where Captain Math's puzzle is, which is funny that they mentioned Captain Math in the cache description. And then there's many thanks to Cache Lee for being our tour guide. So there's, right. So you can't go wrong with a Cache Lee. I mean, for somebody who's lived there, like, you know, I'm excited to get there.
She's been to Texas because I remember her coming, I think, the Texas Challenge in Seguin, and that was 2013 or something like that. No, it wasn't 13, but I don't know. It was a long time ago.
That's wrong right there. A local puzzle makes the solver solve 5 jigsaw puzzles before it tells you the caches at the posted coordinates. That's just wrong. See, and that's why with a solution checker like this, I just plug especially if it's a Jiggity, I'll just put the posted coordinates in and see if it gives it to me. That's wrong on so many levels. In this, I know that I talked in a previous show about a plugin that would solve the Jiggity puzzles. Google has stopped allowing that plugin because people were doing nefarious things with your privacy. And so you can't go in and solve them like that anymore. But in its place, there is a Facebook group called Jiggity Solvers or something like that. And they have a bunch of people who have nothing better to do with their time than to solve Jiggity puzzles. And so you post the GC code in there, somebody will solve it. And then they have a Google spreadsheet that has all of the solved puzzles with all of the coordinates. Not that I'm endorsing this type of legal geocaching behavior, but I absolutely hate Jiggity puzzles, and I do everything I can to not solve any of them. So I use all of my resources, including those that people may find unethical and nefarious, especially when it comes to Jiggity puzzles. So there you have it. If you need help finding said Facebook group, shoot me a private message either on Facebook if you're cool enough to be one of my friends there, or through the geocaching app, or you can send a email. Let's see, where's our thing? You can send an email to puzzletalkpodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you a link to said Facebook group, so that you can figure that out, how to get around the jiggity stuff. But 200 pieces, I think what I'll do, Tom, is I will escort you as your bodyguard to this one so that you don't get taken out by some crab underneath a lamppost skirt.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so jumping off of Oahu, we're going to fly over to the Big Island for the last two. It's funny that I have done both of these last two, and one of them was my honorable mention. So Stickman in Hilo. If you have not done a Stickman, they are extremely fun to do.
If somebody says they can't do a puzzle, point them to a Stickman puzzle.
Yeah, Stickman is hilarious. So there's the GC code for Stickman. It is GC7V3VC. If you've never done a Stickman, please go and do this one. They are hilarious. It is an interactive thing that you do on the cache page. You click on the puzzle anywhere on the family here. We'll take you to the Stickman.
Just show them how easy it is to get started.
All right. We'll click OK. So you got to draw a Stickman. So with your mouse, you got to draw you a Stickman. And click done. Ta-da! There's your Stickman.
And that's about 90% of the puzzle right there.
It is. And as you go through this, it'll walk you through and it'll tell you, hey, you get to fight mythical creatures. Be like, hey, look, there's a box. And then the little Stickman walks over to the box and there's, can you draw a key in my hand? And so now you get to draw a little key. Once you've drawn the key, you click done. And then he walks over with your key and opens the box. And there went your prize. But you notice what is here all of a sudden? There's a digit on the screen. Oh, draw a balloon in my hand. So now you get to and draw a balloon and click done. And he's like, uh-oh. My balloon sucks, apparently. It doesn't float. It's not full of hot air, even though Tom says I am. It looks like a weird-looking egg. Right? Oh, look, there's some more digits and a dragon.
Oh, it's a bigger chicken.
Quick, draw a sword. And so that's the rundown of Stickman. You continue to go through this process, and in the end, you end up with the north and south, the north and west coordinates for a puzzle. So you can do the draw a Stickman. You can create one. They're a fun interactive puzzle. I have done this one and had it solved when I went to the Big Island. So this was one of my honorable mentions, but since it was on Tom's list, I figured we would just go and let him do that one.
I wish I knew how to make one of these. I mean, not copy this, but just make a whole new Stickman thing where, and then I could have Trogdor, the Burninator, on there.
Oh, yeah.
Showing my age a little bit with that one.
You are. Maybe you can talk with Mr. Fox and see if there's a way to create one, because he's got all those games on his that have been done. So, yep, Jen, we're abandoning Stickman and sending him to the wayside.
'Cause we don't want to give it all away.
Yeah, we've got to leave you something. Like, I can't solve it for you. I mean, I could, and I'd have a good time doing it. Yeah, so this one is Feeds Scotley.
This was weird. This one was weird.
So this is GC7 B0M4. And it is, I have also solved this one and found it while I was on a previous trip to the Big Island. But you click in here and you feed Scotley and help him catch a pie and whatnot. So there's a up, down, left, right, and a run. And so
I just use my arrow keys on the keyboard, but
oh,
and you just, I don't know, walk around and wait for a pie to come out. There went a pie. I mean, there's no whacking a dude or nothing. There went another pie. You missed it.
yeah. You kind of got to be in the right place at the right time to catch the pie. Oh.
Okay, yeah, this was. I don't know. I played this 4 or 5 times. I didn't have any kind of trouble like you're having.
Let's see if it'll come up. Bam! So there you go. So there you go. There's Feed Scotley. You help him catch a pie. And then you can go and grab this one. What
is this? I didn't look at the pictures on this one.
Huh. I must not have uploaded a picture of it because I would have been there right around this time. No, I was 23. Let's see. No, it would have been right in here because we went in Thanksgiving of 23. So, but there's the container. It's a magnetic key holder. But, yep. But we ate at this place. It's worth stopping and eating. I'm just gonna say, it's worth stopping and eating if you got time. So
is Hawaiian spam better than Texas spam? Or spam is spam?
Spam is spam, but there were some varieties of spam that we saw at the Walmart there that I'd never seen before. There was a teriyaki spam. There was a hot and spicy. There was a jalapeno spam. There were all kinds of different spams that I'd never seen before. And it's funny because I've got a friend here that was like, man, I love spam. And I was like, well, next time we go to Hawaii, I'll pick you up a can or two and ship it home. And since bags still fly free on Southwest for just a little bit, I'll probably load my carry-on on the way home with cans of spam and fly home with it. So probably on the way home, instead of putting it as a carry-on, I'll throw it under the plane so I don't have to deal with it when we go to Kauai. So, because we're going there to get the last county, so that I need for the Hawaii County Challenge. So we'll have all 5 counties by the time I'm done with this trip, and whatnot. So,
Is there 5 Hawaiian counties or 7?
there are 5.
Okay. I don't know why I was
So
thinking it was 7.
there's Hawaii County, there's Maui County, there is whatever county Oahu is in, Honolulu County, there's Kauai County, and then the portion of Molokai that is the leper colony, and I forget if that's Molokai County or what the actual name of the county is, but there are 5. I currently have caches on 3 of the 5, and so I need a trip to Molokai and a trip to Kauai to finish this. So we're flying into the Big Island, going to get Cache Odyssey and a couple other caches on the Big Island, then fly to Honolulu that night. We'll be on. Then the next morning we're getting up, going to Molokai, then flying back that night to Oahu, staying there. And then we're in Oahu for the rest of Cashfest. And then on our way home, we're flying from Honolulu to Kauai. We're in Kauai for the rest of the day. And then we leave at like, whatever it is, 8 p.m. out of Kauai and land in Las Vegas at 6 a.m. the next morning. And so we'll take an overnight flight to from on Southwest Airlines from Kauai to Las Vegas, and then come home from there. So we'll get home Monday morning at 6 a.m. into Vegas, and then I've got the rest of that day off before I go back to work on Tuesday. So yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving Saturday evening after Cashfest and get, I don't know, overnight to Phoenix and then get home at some decent hour on Sunday. So then I can recuperate and be able to go to work Monday. Ugh.
Yeah, I took Monday off. I was like, nah, I've got so much leave, it ain't even funny, and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, my retirement clock is ticking very loudly, so I'm saving all the leave I can to turn into retirement money.
Yeah, I get that 100%. So, all right. So that is puzzles on the 4 major counties. The 5th county doesn't have any puzzle caches in it. It just has 1 earth cache and 2 traditionals. So,
well, maybe we'll meet somebody down there and make a puzzle for them.
Well, I'm taking a cache container with me, and it may get hidden there anyway. And then the logistics of trying to find somebody to maintain it. Molokai, though, is sparsely populated. So, but I may try and see if I can find somebody who will maintain it for me, and whatnot. So,
Layover at Portland. Oh,
layover in Portland. That sounds horrible. Why would you fly to Portland of all of the places to fly? I mean, I get it. Like if you're flying Spirit and that's where they take you, that's where they take you. But why would anyone like voluntarily fly and stay the night in Portland? Like
that's the southeast side of Houston.
Oh man, that's like flying into Detroit and saying that you're gonna stay out there, by 8 Mile. Be like, I might reconsider that.
I've been watching a lot of videos about a food truck in Detroit, and so I'm wanting to go, but I think I'd want to go during daylight hours. I don't know.
I mean, you borrow my sawed-off shotgun.
Somebody had asked earlier if we would have puzzle package for sale, and I believe we will.
The answer to that is yes, we will. I guess I missed that. Yes, there will be puzzle packets for sale. That is how Tom and I, for the, what is this, the fourth Cache Fest in a row, we'll have a 10-stage adventure lab. And for a small, for a small like stack of dead presidents, not the mountain bucks, but the other dead presidents, the greenbacks, you can procure a puzzle packet. If you got the VIP treatment, then you already get a puzzle packet with your VIP whatnot. But if you did not order a VIP package, you can, for a couple of small bucks, order the puzzle packets. They come in a little envelope, and they'll have all of our puzzles in them. Tom and I will be around for the majority of the mega event. And so once you pick up your VIP packet, or once you purchase the puzzle packet, then you can start solving them. We'll be around. So if you want any of the help for Tom's puzzles, I won't be able to help you, because though he sent them to me and I have them in a PowerPoint presentation, I have not tried to solve them. And likewise, Tom doesn't even, because I haven't even created mine yet. And Tom doesn't even know what I'm bringing to the show. So I've got 5 puzzles to create between now and Sunday, because Monday is going to be a crazy day because we're closing on a house.
Woohoo!
Yeah, let me tell you, trying to close on a house around a 4th of July and a trip out of state, and they're like, oh, well, we need you in physically in the office to sign the paperwork. So I'll get it done between now and Sunday, because Monday will probably be a day spent doing craziness. But there it is. And then I come back from Cashfest Hawaii and get to move my entire house. And I got 2 weeks to get moved and out of the house that I'm currently in, because the owners decided they wanted to sell it. So now we're buying a house so we don't get kicked out of somebody else's later down the road. There you have it. So
just call everybody you know with the truck.
And
Well, listen,
I know
you haven't made yours. I want to see. Let's see. Do I want to give clues on mine right now? I will say one of them. You might have seen how to solve one of them tonight.
Oh,
Maybe. Something
no
similar.
pressure. No.
And
pressure.
another one, if you've been going to Cache Fest for a while, you're going to go, not again. But would it be the same? No. I found new ways to torture you with something I've already done before.
Oh, yep. Tom spilled the milk. Don't cry over it, buddy. It's okay.
And with that, we are out. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks to the amazing crew at the beginning of the show for coming on and helping us announce where Cache Fest is next year. If you missed it, it is going to be in Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, and so
I'll tell Brad and Jen for mine. Well, I'll tell everybody. No, you don't need anything crazy to solve mine, other than maybe a mainframe computer and a few extra brain cells.
you may need a NASA calculator from the 60s for one
Well,
of
remember,
mine.
it came out of this head, so how hard can it be?
I mean, you know. All right. Thanks for everybody for joining in. Thank you for such an active chat room tonight. We appreciate it. Audio listeners later on down the road, we appreciate you listening. Hopefully one day, if you find it in your heart, you can join us on a live show in the chat room. But until next time, guys, get out there, get geocaching, and we'll see you guys on the next puzzle podcast.
Hit that like
in a
button.
month. Hit the thumbs up. let's see, somewhere in here is the, yeah, we'll do this.